Congratulations on this third season. It's a very exciting storylines going through, and I was just wondering what was the thought of sort of bringing your I'd say sort of older characters into these new stories. What was the thought behind it?
Well, I think it was always expanding the world. And, for the most part, the original Walking Dead took place in the United States. And we wanted to keep the DNA of the show the same, but lean into the culture of some European countries. So we started in France, we zipped through London, and we end up in Spain. And it's just been a really great experience to add that texture of different cultures and really see how each one of those cultures works to rebuild itself and to redefine what society is. And we're doing that through the eyes of Carol and Daryl. And I think that's it's a really exciting avenue to pursue.
What were the challenges in sort of moving this whole franchise into sort of other language speaking countries? Because I've noticed that you haven't made French characters speak in English, and you haven't made Spanish characters deliberately speak in English, which is a really courageous thing to do, especially for a show that goes out internationally. Was that very important for you?
It was very important to David, and there was a real, I'm not sure you said what you said. You said that it was. I don't want to put words in your mouth. That it was. They were taking a chance.
Courageous.
With it. Courageous. There you go. We had done it a little bit on Fear the Walking Dead. In fact, there was, I think, notably a whole episode in Spanish. But to have it be in France, such a big part of the series, and then in Spain, David was really driving that.
Mm-hmm.
Both David and Greg are very fluent in French, so they had a leg up on all of us. But it really worked out. I think people really appreciated that. So much of this, as Greg has said, was really to salute our European fans, to give them something for all the support we've had from them over the years. Yeah. And to do it authentically. And if it's authentically, we're including the languages spoken in the places we shoot.
I think we even wanted to push it further. We wanted to do even more. Just out of respect for the country that we're in, because I think when people from France watch seasons 1 and 2 and people from Spain watch season 3, they'll have a sense of pride that we're talking to them and we're paying tribute to their culture.
And by the way, we did that. We did that in London as well.
Yes,
we used the language that is spoken there.
Well, I mean, there isn't a lot of difference between us. Although our English is very different, we understand each other really well.
No, I'm saying Stephen Merchant brings it.
Yeah. What are the challenges you guys met in working outside the United States? Or was it actually easier?
Well, I think one of the biggest challenges was mounting a television show like this that is very complex. It's very heavy in prosthetics and special effects. It's very heavy in stunts. That's not the norm. Even in the United States, it wasn't the norm. I feel like The Walking Dead paved the road for TV shows like American Horror Story and Last of Us, which Last of Us is basically The Walking Dead anyway. But I feel like we really, we had to sort of, cross a lot of unique boundaries. And, the advantage is there's a lot of great artists and film technicians in France and in Spain. And, Spain has a very, very big film community that is an international film community. And so they've done a lot more genre stuff So in the prosthetics world, we were able to get a lot of people that had a lot of experience. You know, the first people I reached out to was DDT that had done a lot of Guillermo del Toro's projects, and they're friends of ours, and they said, well, you know, we're very busy and we're in Barcelona, but we have people that we can introduce you to, and we've had a great success. So I think just mounting a show like this that is very technical was a big challenge, but the technicians and the artists and the production designers and art department and stunts, everybody rose to the challenge and exceeded expectations in a great way.
One thing I would just add to that, which does not answer your question, is those people that we were lucky to get in France and in Spain, a lot of the crew were fans of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
So to see their excitement and the energy that they brought to it was incredible.
You know, that's funny because the first time we brought walkers to set in France, the crew applauded. And they just stopped and they were mesmerized for a minute. And I remember when we started The Walking Dead in Georgia, the first couple seasons, the crew would stop and look at the makeup, and the actors, Sarah Callies, would be like, ugh, I have nightmares watching the show. But, you know, after so many years of doing it, they're like, oh, here comes the zombies. But in France, they applauded, and it really felt nice. It felt good.
Well, I, as a huge fan of the franchise as a whole, from the very beginning, I'm really honored to have spoken to you guys, and thank you so much, and congratulations again on this fabulous third season.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey You Guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys!